Hey guys, it's MaizeMan112 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys Mischievous Mondays, so let me go ahead and start a story for you. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and say I do not recommend or condone anyone doing the story I'm about to tell you. So let's go ahead and start the story. The story starts when I was about 15 years old, and neighbor boys being neighbor boys, we used to get around and go cause mischief at night, see what trouble we could get into without really getting caught. So recently we did the flaming bag dog trick. People who you don't know what the flaming bag trick is, when someone takes dog poop and puts it inside of a bag, you take it to a doorstep, you light it on fire, and you ring the doorbell. The point of this trick is for people to come out and see the fire, step on it, and step on the dog poop. So we get ready to do this, and we have done it one more time, and it went over pretty well. There could have been little improvements. The flame didn't really get very big or anything like that. So we're going to do it again to this old man Frank down the road. Now Frank was this old, kind of old mechanic type guy who used to talk so loud that you could hear him from 5 houses down. Everybody always knew what Frank was doing. He was kind of a crotchety old man. You didn't go in his yard. You just kind of stayed away from Frank and just let him be. But for some reason, we picked him to pull this prank on. So this is what we do, and we go, and we have a friend who's never done this before. So he comes with us, and he says, "Yeah, I'm really not liking this little tiny sandwich bag, the little lunch bag, brown bag that we put it in. We need something that's bigger. This is not going to work." So his first thought is, well, I'll just put a little bit of lighter fluid on it. That'll make it bigger. And we're like, yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. And he goes ahead and does it. And he says, "Oh, I got even a better idea. Let's put it in a brown grocery bag. In the big grocery bag." So he goes and gets it, and we tell him, you're not gonna put that lighter fluid on that. That's just too big. So we go ahead and we do that, and we went through a couple different yards, getting a lot of dog poop to put inside this big giant grocery bag. So we go ahead and we go down there, and the big debate of is, who's gonna go up there? Who's gonna light it? Who's gonna ring the doorbell? What is our escape route? So all this stuff comes to mind. So of course I draw the short stick, and I'm the one that's got to ring the doorbell. So the key to ringing the doorbell is you got to make sure that your friend has already got it lit, and it's staying lit, and it's not going to go out for this to work. So you want to wait until the last possible moment for you to ring this doorbell. So we get there, and my other friend's lighting it, and it's not lighting right away. He's like, I can't get it to light. So we're like, all right, we'll just spray a little bit of the lighter fluid just to get it started on there. So he sprays a little bit on there and lights it. This thing goes up like we had just set this giant bonfire up, and we didn't know what we were going to do. This thing had just lit up the entire sky, and of course it's an awning, so now we're worried about this awning. So I hurry up in panic, I push the doorbell and run. So at this point in time, everybody's thinking this flame is way too big. I hope this doesn't get out of control. I hope we don't burn any kind of houses down. But first of all, we gotta get out of here. So of course we hear old man Frank get up. And he gets up and he yells out to his wife to call the police. We kind of figured that might be the reaction. But then he stops and says, wait, don't call the police. And we're like, okay. He comes out, and we're all hiding behind the trees across the street, and we're watching him, and he's got a shotgun with him. Doesn't want anyone to call the police because he's going to handle this himself. We're 15-year-old boys at this point in time. We don't know what to think, what to do. We wind up sprinting away from him into the woods, in the opposite direction of all of our houses. So we go into these woods, and we hide for, it seemed like, hours, just so we wouldn't have to go back towards, I live the closest, go back towards his house and see if this crazy lunatic man is still out there with a gun. So we waited a couple hours, everyone kind of dispersed, the one went home, the other went home, so it's just kind of me, and I know I live closest, so, I take the longest route to get back to my house. I get back into the house, and, I remember getting in bed and sitting there, staring at the ceiling and thinking, he's going to tell my mom.
Dogs incoming.
He knows it was me. We're the only neighbor kids around here. I'm dead, man. I'm a dead man. Well, turns out he never told my mom He did not know it was us. He thinks it was the neighbor kids that were further down the road, and the whole time we got it off scot-free. But what kind of lesson did I learn from this? I learned, you know what? You don't go playing pranks that have flames involved. And if you do go playing pranks that have flames involved, let's make sure that it's not underneath an awning, that you're going to make the flame even bigger and make a situation that's already a pretty tense, pretty bad situation even worse. But you know what? That's what it was all about, being a teenager and, you know, trying to get up and have that kind of mischievous nature, the mischievous stuff going on. And you know, it was kind of a great time. But I'm gonna tell you guys this: don't go trying that anymore. This is MaizeMan112 here, bringing you guys Mischievous Mondays.
Remember this
Take care.
We have displayed our power.